I just thought I'd make a quick video about something that I think is really important during recovery and just overall well-being, and it comes to your state of mind. I noticed that a lot of the people I speak to on consultations is that, you know, when it comes to their train of thought, they're always beating themselves down. You know, they're always looking at themselves as a failure, their body's failing them, they're not doing everything they can do. They're just like, they've made themselves into a punching bag and they're punching themselves constantly. You know, you're not good enough, you know, you're pathetic, you're, you know, look at you, can't even get yourself, you know, you're just constantly battering themselves down. And during recovery, I made myself my pillar of strength. I cheered myself on for the things I did achieve. And I always was constantly supporting myself, you know, being like the best friend in my own head. So every time I felt low, I'd look at myself and go, Jesus Christ, look at everything you've been through. Look at the ill health you've experienced for year after year without any help, no one to support on, and you're making strides to change that, you know? And I'd be like, yeah, you know what? I can do this. I'd look at myself as I know that Joe Rogan actually did a similar thing. He said, make yourself the main character of a movie in your head. And you're going through all these trials and tribulations and all these difficult things in your life. And you just one after one are just trying to get over them, getting over these hurdles. Look at chronic illness as this massive hurdle, and you are a champion if you can get over this. You know? And that's what I saw myself. I was like, you know what? I've been put through so much. If I could make it through this, if I can make it through this chronic illness that has consumed my life to the point where I cannot even get up the stairs half the time. If I can get over this, wow. That's impressive, you know. If I can do that, you know what? I want to be that guy. I want to be that guy that gets over this. I don't want to complain anymore. I accept the cards I've been dealt and I'm going to get over this. I will get over everything that's been pushed on me. And I'm on my own to deal with it. Wow. This is an opportunity for me to grow so much as a person. And I started getting into this mindset every day of going, you know what? Actually, there are some elements of my life that I should be grateful for. And you know what? I'll focus on them. I'm grateful, you know, grateful for this situation. You know, I'm born in England. I could have been born in Africa. Holy shit. Oh, that's amazing. And I'd focus on them, and then I look at the tribulations and the trials I've been given and go, this is something very difficult, and it's very draining, everything that I've been through. But what if I get over this one day? What if I take this experience and get to the other side and look back down? The spectrum of things I will experience in life after this will be amazing, you know. I'll look at the situation I was in. I was like, you know, I have insomnia, I'm suicidal, I really don't care if I live another day. What if I get over this and my spectrum of experience and emotions and everything that I've been through will be so much more heightened. I'll be able to appreciate things more than the average person that hasn't been through this. And I was like, wow, that's pretty amazing. You know, the average person doesn't, you know, they'll go exercise, they don't really appreciate it. They don't appreciate the good health. They don't appreciate just being able to walk out in nature. Wow, you know, I recovered and I appreciated everything so much more. And it made things, you know, I enjoyed life without much at all. And I started thinking more like this, you know. I got into this kind of a mindset. And in combination with good diet, removed any toxic people from my life, and started going to bed early, and I started just treating myself with respect. And I was like, you know what, I'm amazing. You know, I'm getting through this. I'm not crying anymore. I'm not, you know, obviously if I'm feeling in a down space, I don't try and suppress myself, I let myself experience it, then I get back up off my feet and I go, I have a place I want to get to and I'm going to get there. There is no question in my mind I will recover. That is the only outcome for me right now. Oh, look like a bit like Hitler then. But you know what I mean, there was a spot that I was reaching for. I allowed myself to grieve over my life, my lack of life. But once I had done my grieving, I stood back up and I go, I have a place to be and I'm going to get there. And I supported myself. And you know what? The person that supported me the most during my recovery was myself. I was my best friend. And you know what? By the time I recovered, I didn't really need to interact with people to get validation. I got it from myself. And when I achieved something, I validated myself. And in the past, if I ever tried to achieve anything, as soon as I would achieve it, it was like, I needed external validation for what I'd done. And you know what? Although I've been through some really stressful times in the past year, and it's been I've done a lot of growing in other ways, but I can still always rely on myself and my own company to feel fine. And I believe that's purely from my experience of chronic illness and overcoming it. So understand that chronic illness isn't all bad in terms of your life as a whole. If you can come out the other side of this, your spectrum of things you felt in your life will make everything seem so much better outside of that, if you understand what I'm trying to say. But I just got into a very positive mindset, and people ask me, like, how did you stay positive all the time? And it was like, you know what, there were times when I didn't always feel positive. I let myself grieve, I experienced my emotions. I'd be angry at the situation I was in. I'd be angry about different things in my life, then I'd be upset, and I'd allow myself to experience that. And during even those days when I felt depressed, I never slipped up on my sleep routine and my diet and everything. I still stuck to it regardless of how I felt on the day-to-day. But after I allowed myself to grieve for a few days, I'd be like, get back up, we've got a place to be, and we're going to get there. And I really believe that visualization and everything I've just spoke about was a huge part in my recovery. Definitely. You will get to the, what chronic illness and overcoming it gives you on the other side is something that you cannot learn anywhere else. I really believe that. It just builds you up to a much stronger person than you ever were before it. Yeah. Hopefully you like this video, and like always, if you have anything you would like me to talk about, if you would like to join my Skype group chat, do a comment below and I'll speak to you later.